Hello, and thank you for stopping by and your willingness to learn something new about price. Before we start, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Marie, and I study Human Resource Management at Utah Valley University in Utah, in the United States. In my free time, I like going on fun adventures, but I also enjoy cooking and baking. Okay, I think that's enough about myself, and now I would like to tell you more about my topic, which is price. First, let's define what price means. Price is the cost at which something is obtained. For example, you sell horchata. That is your product. And you already learned about product in our previous video. You charge people 10 lempiras for your horchata. 10 lempiras is your price. If you want to be successful, you have to establish the right price for you and your customers. And customers are people who will buy from you. Today, I will teach you how to do that and much more. Before you start selling, you have to know the answers to these following questions. Number 1, what is the value of my product? Number 2, how much is my competition selling the product for? And number 3, how much can my customers pay for my product? Let's start with value. Value is the monetary worth of something. In other words, value is the amount of money that can be received for your product. In order to pay your expenses and make a profit, you have to know the price for each component of your product. Let's say that you're selling a homemade horchata. You have to calculate price for all of the following: white rice, cinnamon, water, milk, vanilla, and sugar. Do you wonder how to price each ingredient correctly? Let's say that you purchase 1 liter of milk for 24 lempiras. You use only half of a liter for your batch of horchata. Your milk in horchata costs you 12 lempiras. You do the same with all the ingredients. And at the end of your calculations, you add them up. That will be your price of one batch. Last step is determining how many individual drinks you can get out of your one batch. You can pretend that the total cost of your batch was 50 lempiras and you can get 10 individual drinks out of it. That means it costs you 5 lempiras to make one drink. You should also add a little bit for expenses such as electricity, gas, and how much you spend on any packaging for your product. Your final value, in this case, should be around 7 lempiras. Now let's move on to the second question. How much is my competition selling the product for? First of all, competition is a company or a person who sell the same or really similar product to yours. In your area, you might find other people selling horchata. Those are your main competitors, but you should also consider other people selling different drinks as your competition. Your competition will list their prices on a price tag, board, or sign, so you can simply see how much they are selling for. You can also search the internet, but make sure you stay within your area. Prices might be different in villages and in cities. Now let's say that you walk around your community and found out that you have 3 competitors. Competition number 1 is selling for 14 lempiras per cup. Competition number 2 is selling for 13 lempiras per cup. And finally, competition number 3 is selling for 12 lempiras per cup. This was easy, right? In your area, horchata is being sold for 14, 13, and 12 lempiras. And finally, the last question. How much can my customers pay for my product? In order to be successful, you have to price your product correctly. It is important to know how much your customers can pay for your product. We already know how much your competition is selling for and how much it costs you to make the product. We can say that in your area, people are willing to pay between 12 and 14 lempiras for a cup of horchata. It might be dangerous for you to price your product too high. Why? People know that they might get it cheaper somewhere else, but at the same time, it might be dangerous to price your product too low. Why? Your product might be seen as there is something wrong with it, otherwise it wouldn't be so cheap. Because you'll be so new and nobody knows your product, it might be a good idea to price your product somewhere in the middle. 12.5 lempiras might be a very reasonable approach. Why? People will find this price reasonable because other sellers are charging in the same price range. And now you know all the basics about price, and we answered the 3 critical questions. Remember that price is critical to the success of your product and your business. I'm sure you will do great on my quiz, but if you want to listen to this video one more time, please feel free to do so and then come back to this quiz. In this quiz, we will determine who your main competition is. You sell drinks. Which of the following would be your direct competition? Would it be a fruit stand? Would it be a Coca-Cola stand? Or would it be a soup stand? And the correct answer is Coca-Cola stand. You sell drinks and Coca-Cola is a drink. That would be your main competition. I really hope you enjoyed this video and especially that you learned something new about price. Thank you for your attention and feel free to come back to this video anytime you need to do so.